Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back, man. This is becoming a habit. This is becoming a look. I'm stuttering. I'm slurring words and shit. It's
Oh, it's
becoming a habit, man. Straight talk, no chaser. We are back again with a brand new episode. I am Lonnie Gregory, aka Lee Knows, and I'm accompanied by my boy.
the one and only John Alvarado from Colorado. Let us put it on a billboard. Lonnie and John,
On the
man, this
billboard.
sounds smooth,
Just
bro.
imagine that. Imagine driving down the street
Smooth.
and you look up, you like, oh,
Wait, what?
what?
Wait, what? Your
Is
kid's
that
like,
is that us?
Dad, is that you? Dad, is that you?
I mean,
I'm
trying to be modest about it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I did,
I'm kind
I
of a
did,
big
I did
deal.
too. I
I'm
did. I
kind of a
couldn't
big deal.
that. Oh wow, how'd that get there? Oh
So
man,
weird. Did I just wake up and that happened, or did I had to put in some hard work?
man,
Wonder.
billboards. Oh yeah, jeez, please.
Honestly, bro, I don't even know if people use billboards anymore. We might be dating ourselves here, but I think it would be dope.
I think so. I mean, it's digital. It's all electronic. The billboards. They switch. Is a an app or a website where you can pay like a certain amount of money and they will display your business for like a couple of
Oh,
seconds. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not like the old days where it was just like a glued piece of paper up there.
Yeah.
Now it's electronic where they could switch yours out for somebody else's and put it in rotation.
I'm pretty sure the dude that used to do that, bro, is happy that he don't have to get up there and paint that on anymore. You know what I mean?
The dude who created the billboard, absolutely.
Bruh.
Absolutely. I was talking to somebody the other day, and it was like, "Hey, let me hang up this phone and call you from my cell phone." I'm like, "Well, where do you call me from?" She was like, "A landline." And I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
It's not wireless. I said, "Wait, you're attached to the wall right now?" For all you young people out, a landline phone is a home phone that was before cell phones.
Before we
Okay,
can leave the house,
stay
talking
with
on
me.
our phone.
Stay with me now. Okay. There were two types of landlines. Actually, three types, but so you had your corded ones where you could only go but so far, not like your cell phone charging, but just imagine your cell phone charging connected to the wall and you couldn't detach it. That was a landline. You could only go but so far. Then the landline came two ways. You had the push button, and then you had the rotary phone. Right. One. Like if you messed up on a number, you had to hang up and pick it back up and oh man, that's
Come
dating.
back next week. We'll keep breaking it down for you, young bucks, about how hard it was.
I know they're like, what the are they talking about right now?
Look, I'm about to stop this podcast right now. You guys are giving me too much.
Because you said dated yourself. I said, let me truly date myself. Let me truly
Nope.
date myself.
Hey, I wear
But
the stripes proudly, bro. I wear the general
I
stars
don't
proudly.
care.
Thank you very much.
I don't
Thank you.
care. All this age has come with a lot of wisdom that I'm super proud of. But stories like that to have that type of imagination to remember how it used to be and bring it to life is sort of what I wanted to do with today. And let's talk about imagination. Like imagination is everything. Imagination is what you know. If you think about it, has the world moving and giving the world its storyline. If you think about it, stay with me now. Stay with it. So the imagination is something that we use as children growing up. No, if you had siblings, you and your siblings or friends will play like a game when you were younger. You would play with dolls, action figures. You even watch movies that gave a certain storyline that told you that by the end of the movie it was going to be a happily ever after, right? There were rarely movies as kids that we watched that didn't want you to believe that the ending was going to go the way it was supposed to go.
Oh, imagine that.
Imagine that. So a lot of us get older before our time because we think it's because we're older that we lost our imagination. You know, when you don't get old and lose your imagination. You lose your imagination, therefore you get old. When we were younger, we believed in more things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Our imagination was broader. But as we get older, the stresses or complications of life tend to weigh on us, so that imagination fades away. But all the successful people in the world have the best imagination because they create things like this, or the computer, or social media. Though the people who are successful in life have the best imaginations. So I wanted to focus on imagining. Uh, I want to focus on going back to the imagination, because there's a lot of people out there who are creating a false narrative. Oh yeah, I twisted it. Absolutely, there are a lot of people out there who portray to be one way in front of everybody else, right? Because you have two stories. You have the story that you tell everybody to portray a certain character, because life is your movie. You're the main star in your movie. You have co-stars, you have special guests, you even have cameos. And we all want that happily ever after. But then you have the story that nobody else knows about. The story only you tell yourself. What you think about that, man? Imagine that.
Wow. This right here, man, is crazy because the reason why the imagination goes south and takes
Mm-hmm.
off is you get people and you meet people that are like, that's crazy. That's too much. Lonnie, you want to do what? Nah, you know what? That's never been done before.
Right.
Oh, no, we can't do that. There's no way we can do that. So what do? That narrative enters into the brain, and if it's soft enough, it will fizzle. The idea goes away. So whatever you want to do, and bro, this could be parents, dude. This could be
True.
your own family that's telling you this is nuts.
True.
And
And,
so and not that you need the validation, bro, but it's where you're surrounding yourself at. So if it's a lot of small-minded people,
mm-hmm.
guess what? The second you come up with something that could be absolutely a game changer, let's talk about it, bro. I mean, if you've watched the story of Steve Jobs, love him or
Yep.
hate him, dude, that man had such a vision, and he was in
Yep.
a dusty ass garage with his boy creating these computers, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this is stupid."
Right.
Imagine that guy. Not imagine him stopping, bro.
No, no, no. Let's imagine that guy that said, "Hey, Steve, this is dumb." Let's imagine how he's feeling right now, or felt when Steve blew the hell up. Is like, like imagine that. But let's take it back to the parents, because you're absolutely right. Because your parents imagine your life for you as you're growing up.
Yep.
They already know which they want you to be as you get older. They're putting you in certain sports. They're making you watch only certain types of TV, or only teaching you certain types of curriculum. Uh, they're imagining your life for you to guide you towards where they want you to go. But it's a cold day when you imagine your kid to be a doctor and then he wants to be a comedian. It's not exactly what you planned for him or her. It's not exactly you want your kid to be everything that you wanted you to be in your life, but it doesn't happen that way. Or you're an adult and you want to make your family proud, and you want to live up to the imagination they had for you, but it's not what you feel is best. What do you do?
Bro, I'll
You
be honest, man. I'm gonna throw myself in this mix here. When I was young, because I was the oldest in my family of four siblings, and because I was the oldest and I was the trailblazer, if you will,
mm-hmm.
always, and I mean always, did everything that I thought would get me, I'm proud of you.
Right.
I'm proud of you. Like I always wanted to hear that from my mom, my dad, my aunts and uncles, everybody that didn't see me for a while. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, really? You're involved with this? Oh, you're doing that? Bro, as a kid, that's how I came up. I was fishing around for that I'm proud of you moment because I thought if I did everything the way everybody else wanted me to, then I was doing something good. Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
bro, it was robbing everything of any type of imagination I had because I was too busy trying to be this adult, if you will. I was being the adult of the family, of my siblings. If I did this, then this. It was all backwards in my mind, bro. Even saying it out loud, I'm like, damn, that just sounds weird. But it's just how I
Yeah.
grew up, man.
Yeah. Growing up, our parents or our guardians or whoever was around us as young adults or kids was so impressionable to us. Like they would leave an imprint on our mind to where we wanted to be something like that so we can make them proud, you know. And then when you reach a certain age, it turns into, only if you're paying attention, it turns into wanting to make yourself proud,
Yep.
right? So it's the imagination that can make you become anything that you want to be. That's why they said you could be anything you want to be. I mean, you can't do that or say that without having a vivid imagination.
Yep.
Um, I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%. Like doing what we do now, you couldn't tell me when I was younger. Like, do you know that this is what you're gonna imagine that? Imagine that. Imagine working anywhere in the world that you want to work from, working anywhere in the world, going anywhere you want to go, taking certain trips, living a certain lifestyle. The life that we're living today is not what we foreseen or not what we saw as children. I wanted to be a ball player. I wanted to play football. I love football because that's the only place I didn't get in trouble for hitting anybody.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
legally. You got moves you can't do now. I mean, football's more two-hand touch than it is tackling, but um, it's not exactly what I saw myself doing right now. Is podcast or you know working infinite amount of jobs just to make sure that not that I feel like I have to do it, but is what I need to do to make sure that my family's taken care of.
Put it like this, man. The imagination part of this, right? Just like you say,
Yeah,
you want to be a ball player. In nowhere in your narrative did you go, and maybe you did, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe you
yeah.
went, want to be a husband. I want to work a lot of hours.
No,
I want to, I want to do this, that, and the other. What you're doing right now was not in the imagination, right? And not that you
no.
would trade it, but this is what I'm saying about the imagination. The other piece I'll put in there that I just wrote down was some people have this imagination like that would be dope.
Yeah, yeah. And it's those
That,
and it's
whatever
those
that
who
looks like,
and it's
right?
those who keep that imagination who become successful.
Yep.
Risking when they say take a risk, that is you taking the belief of yourself. Like imagine yourself being something that you never thought you could be. Take the risk. Take
Yep.
the risk. Staying outside the box. Step outside the box. Don't do what everybody else is doing. When I started podcasting, podcasts was cool, but it's not like it was like it is now. Everybody named mother, oh, I'm gonna do a podcast. Nobody gives a shit
Yep.
what you got to say, ma'am, sir. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's just true. I don't listen to all podcasts. Then when I started doing podcasts, I didn't listen to podcasts because I didn't feel that everybody spoke what I wanted to listen to.
Yep.
But
Yep.
just imagine if I would have stayed doing what I was doing back then, the trajectory, right? Imagine that. But then I don't live that way. I don't do wouldas, shouldas, couldas. I mean, if I was supposed to, I would have.
Yep.
Yeah, my imagination was very limited growing like at a certain period in adulthood because of the way life was going. And it happens to a lot of people. We are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and we feel like life is going to go a certain way because of what has happened in our life, not knowing we have the power to change the direction of our life at any given moment with a different type of belief, which is AKA your imagination. You can imagine your life being different. Earl Nightingale gave the greatest secrets. He said, "You are your thoughts." You are your thoughts. You are what you think about. So this is what I'm saying with the imagination. Whatever you can think of, you can do. If you can envision it, it can become a reality. Don't tell me this is your life is this way because of this, that, and the third. No, your life is that way because you make it that way. You want it to be that way. And maybe not necessarily want it to be that way, but you're not doing anything about it to change the way your life is.
You know what, bro? Have you ever painted a picture for somebody? You know,
Horrible.
have you and
Horrible.
here's yeah, well, and this is what I'm saying, man, is that I know that in the space that I live in, I've actually sat down with some of my son's friends and broke it down. They start telling me about themselves. I start digging in, and then I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do. This is where you're at. This is your space, right? And bro, I'm not kidding you. I have this one story of one of the boys that's one of my son's best friends, and he's a real estate agent. He just got his license, 21 years
Mm-hmm.
old. I'm proud of him, right? I told him, I said, here, let's imagine this for a minute. Let's
Mm-hmm.
imagine, and we went through a list of these imaginations. Bro, he sat back and he was kind of like cringing a little bit, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, I don't want to think like that. I'm like, why? Why would you not like that? I feel uncomfortable talking about that much money or that much, opportunity or how many houses I would have and this idea. I'm like, why? Why would you not put that in your head and then instantly start gravitating toward it? Why would you not do that? Bro, I think a lot of times with imagination, people don't think they're worthy of it.
True. Very true.
So you don't think you're worthy. So you go, nah, that can't happen for me. I can't live in a mansion in
Very,
Beverly Hills because only bougie people do that.
very
You know,
true.
and bro, I'm just using an example. I don't think everybody wants a Hollywood Hills house, right? But what I'm saying is that whatever you want, you instantly self-sabotage because you don't think you're worthy of it.
I'm one of those. I don't want a huge mansion. It's a lot of work to clean. That's
Okay.
automatically my brain. Automatically my brain
But
goes.
but you and I are different, bro. That's why.
I would love a big house if somebody else could clean it, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pay for the maid to clean it because I'm gonna clean my own house. So I need a
Yep.
nice size house that I know I can clean. But I get what you're going. I get what you're saying. But it's the belief. It's the belief system. Me could sit down, watch a series or a TV show. Now their series of somebody else's life and be so invested in that person's narrative. Or, ooh, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next episode. What about the next episode in your life?
Yep.
What about the storyline you're portraying? Get invested in that. And this is where a lot of us fall off. This is why Netflix makes so much money. This is why even things like Tubi. I don't know if you ever watched a show
Bro,
or a
Tubi
movie.
wasn't even a thing.
Tubi is so off the wall. You're like the amount of random funny things they put. Like the production is horrible on a lot of these movies, but people go back to watch them just to see what are they gonna mess up next. They
Hey,
you get
the,
you get
the
invested.
creator, the creator of Tubi had an imagination, brother. Think about that.
Absolutely.
In a world full of TV that we already have, that Netflix is killing, that Amazon Prime is killing, how does this little tiny thing called Tubi now sit on every single platform? Do I turn on my TV? I have it right there. It's an
Even
app
the
right there on my
name is
TV.
cool. Tubi.
Yep.
Even the name is cool.
Yep. Right here. Right here.
Tubi.
Oh, you'll never get on TV. No, TV is too hard to get. You can't break into TV.
Heck
Imagine that.
no. Heck no. So it's the belief system, John. It's the belief system. So many people who are super duper talented don't believe in their talents.
Hmm.
There is someone out there who doesn't think, like you said, they're good enough because
And we're
there's
missing it.
somebody,
And we're
huh?
missing it. And we're missing it out.
Right. Because there's somebody out there doing exactly what you're doing. And they may do it better to you, but no, it's not be that they're doing it better. They're doing it their way. They're doing it their way. You have to figure out how to do it your way.
There
Once
you
you
go.
get that belief, aka the imagination rolling, and you can envision yourself being successful at what you want to do in life. I just watched The Last Dragon, so it is then, only then, that you will become the master.
You know, when I was young watching that movie, man, I don't think I got that message. I really thought he was looking for a fortune, like for the something that was a physical something. That's what when I was young, dude, I didn't get it. I didn't
It
get
was
it.
the belief, even that perfect example. I just threw that out there because I just watched it, but perfect example. He was trying to get Bruce Leroy, yes, his name is Bruce Leroy, to
Yep.
believe in himself and believe that he is the best at doing what he does. To where there was another guy named Shonuff, Shonuff, that thought he was the best at what he was doing at Kung Fu. And he wanted to fight Bruce Leroy. Tell the
I
story, it sounds so
I
funny.
love this.
He
I love
wanted to
this so
fight
much.
Bruce Leroy.
I love
And
this. This is great.
Bruce Leroy didn't have the belief. He thought he wasn't good enough until he had to face Shonuff. And
Now
his life
the
was on.
Hollywood effects will have them glowing red and glowing gold, and that's hey, you put that right here too. It
if
is
you
what it is.
if you've never seen The Last Dragon, just watch it one time and then comment below what you think about it.
Thank you. Thank
but
you.
but it's the belief system, man. It's the belief system that will change everything for you. It's the belief system that we can sit on here and believe that what we are saying will actually resonate or mean something to someone. Honestly, if I could be 100% honest, which I don't care.
Right.
I know there is somebody out there that needs to hear what we're saying, and there's somebody out there that will gravitate, somebody out there that will say thank you, I get it. And then there's people on there I'm like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Those
Yep.
are the people that I don't care.
Hmm.
That's why this is called straight talk, no chaser. There's no sugarcoating, there's no fluff, there's no pre-written anything. If you see how we do our process and how we come up with these topics, you'd be like, well, okay, it's not
Yeah.
pre-planned. It's not, because I don't want to give you something fake and something make believe. The movies that we watch, even the ones that portray real people and how their life goes or has went, has a little bit of fabrication in it.
Yep. Yep.
They have to have they make you believe a certain narrative. That's how the world is. The world is a big movie production. And a lot of us fall in the background thinking that we're extras and that, our life isn't worthy. We're not good enough because we're just an extra, not thinking that we're actually the main character in this movie. Everybody is their own main character in this production that the world is putting together. But it's only your imagination that will take you to stardom.
Perfect example, bro. Think about this. This is the best one I can use. Podcasts. Millions of them out there. Like
Absolutely.
you just mentioned it. Everybody's starting one. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's hopping on,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that most people quit before they even hit 20 episodes
Yeah.
because they don't get the once again, we go back to the belief number one. And so if I don't get any views, nobody's believing into me. Therefore, I don't believe myself. So I had this vision, I had this imagination to be a top five podcaster, but no one's listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer. I think I'm going to quit. And so that's a perfect example, dude. But with all this world of generation where we're in a podcast living world and everybody's listening, and dude, I mean, it's just what it is now. It's the ones that continue to imagine big and
Yeah.
then take action behind it that
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that are successful. And like you say, Lonnie, they could be worse than you and I, right? Meaning they could have shitty, they could articulate words stupidly. They're
Right.
talking stupidly, Maybe their podcast is just trash, but they still show up, and that's why they're doing so well. Whereas everybody else is like, well, I haven't seen any movement in 2 months. I think I'm done. That's just what it is, man. It's
100%.
just I'm using a podcast platform just because that's what we're on, and any and everybody has one. But who are the ones that are successful? Is it the ones that put in all these years of just continuing to get behind the mic and do it, or the ones that start and have this great idea and the first five episodes you blow up? Well, maybe there's a few people like that, but not too many. Not too many.
It's that instant gratification feeling.
Right.
It's that wanting to be recognized as soon as you do something. I mean, even even the greatest of stars were not recognized right away. Even the most successful people, Steve Jobs, that you mentioned earlier, wasn't recognized right away. Nobody saw what he did in that garage. Nobody saw the brain power, the manpower, the work ethic, the consistency that he had to put in order to make what is now one of the most dominant
Yep.
companies in the world.
Yep.
Consistency, right? You could be top 5 if you're consistent. If you have that belief system and no doubts in your brain. When you put a doubt of
Even
belief,
one. Even one.
a doubt of belief, even the smallest one, on anything that you want to be successful in, you will not be successful in it. It's just point blank, period.
Yep.
Your brain is more than what you think it is. It does more than just help you stay alive and create thoughts and do all these. Your brain is actually your brain is actually everything that you need to become successful. You are smarter than what you think you are. These visions and thoughts that you have in your brain that you think are just visions and thoughts are actually signs. They're signs. Before we did this podcast, before we hopped on here, I thought about it.
Yep.
Me and John and I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it's the thought that you have to take out of your brain, write it down, or put it in front of you so you can actually see it. Because thoughts are nothing if they're not written down or put into action. I actually said this during a meeting the other day because they're constantly giving out information in this company that I'm with. And everybody is excited when this new information comes out. But it's always the same people who are successful with the new information. And then those who are not are like, why am I not as successful? And it's because of your thinking. Knowledge is only power when you put it into action.
And the other part about that too, Lon, is that most people are not willing to look silly.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I feel like I've already said this on our pod before, but I'll say it again. When you're starting something, right? We'll just, again, go back to this, jumping on the mic for the first time. You're like, well, what should I say? How should I look? Oh, am I looking weird? Are people judging me? If you have all that stuff in there, man, forget it. You're already battling yourself.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to look silly long enough to not look silly, because you start to perfect your craft. You start seeing what works, what doesn't work. Lighting, does my mic sound good? All right, well, you've kind of got all that stuff done maybe in the first 20 episodes, and then with the next 20, you're starting to freshen up the edits a little bit. Maybe you're starting to figure out what background works, and all these things are a part of it. But if you're not willing to go that long haul and you think in 5 episodes you're going to be a top 5 viral podcast, you're crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely crazy. But the world knows this too. So they implant people to give you that direction. There are people who become famous overnight because they're implanted. And they see something in them like, hey, we see the vision. We had this imagination that you can be successful. So let's put you in front of the world and have you push out this type of agenda. But we don't do it for ourselves. Or there's only a limited amount of few that do it for themselves. And then you have those who want to do it for themselves, but don't know how to do it, when to do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
In order for you to drive your car, you have to start the engine.
Boom.
You can sit in the car and be like, I gotta go. It's gonna be a long drive. All right, let's get out of here. Yep, it's gonna be a great day. Where are you going? Start the engine.
By the way, that's the other thing too, hon, is that yes, it's good to have the goal, but more importantly, man, like you say, would you jump on the ship if the captain was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure where we're floating to.
No,
We'll go somewhere, but I'm not sure where we're going." Dude, I'm
no,
not getting on that. I'm not getting on that boat.
no. That's like
You
going
got
on
to
a
know where you're
plane.
going.
That's like hopping on a plane with a blind pilot.
Thank you.
No, I'm okay. I'll take the next one. I'll take the next one.
But that's part of it, right? Is you got to know where you're going. Again, I don't think we ever get to a destination because you shouldn't,
Yeah,
but you got to know where you're headed. In your mind, you go, even with our pod, right? We know the demographic we want to reach.
yeah.
We know who we want to talk to about what we talk about, and we know where we're headed. And that's really what this is about. Episode 4, we're here, we're doing it. But the thing about it is that it's not just, okay, when we arrive at 50 episodes, we're done.
No,
Why even do it? If you're going to do
no.
that, if you're not in it for the long haul, then don't even start one. That's what I would say. And again, I'm using podcasts, but I'm talking about anything that you do,
Anything in life,
anything.
anything in life, anything in life, any and everything in life. It's the life lessons that you're shown, or the life lessons that's given to you that will, you know, do exactly what you're saying, John. Anything. And that's why I want to bring it back around to what we said in the beginning. It's the belief, it's the imagination of everything. You are in full control of how your life goes, whether it's relationship. If this is not the person you can imagine you seeing yourself with your entire life, stop wasting time
Yep.
just staying with them because of the feelings that you have for them. If you can't imagine your life with this person, no matter how much you love them, then do what's right.
Yeah.
Leave. Why be with someone just because of and I get it, and it sounds harsh, but truth is truth. You can have all the love in the world for someone, but if you can't see or imagine yourself with this person for the long haul, then what are you there for? And
Yep.
I'm guilty of doing this before, like in previous relationships where I'm just there because it's like a placeholder.
Yep.
It's a placeholder. Same thing with professional work. If you're at a job or have a career that you're not comfortable in, that you don't see yourself doing for the long haul, I just need the money. That's the dumbest reason ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you need the money to survive. You need the money to live, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But why not do it? Why not make money, make a living doing something you love?
Damn.
It's those people who succumb to what life throws at them that suffer. Just because life throws it at you, it doesn't mean you got to catch that mother. No,
Right.
God said, be Neo. Get up. Hey, no, I'm good on that one. Thank you so much. Thank you. You don't have to catch everything that's thrown to you. Just be honest with yourself. Do what feels right. Go with your gut. Your body communicates to you so much, right? And this is where I go off the rails with a lot of the time because I think a lot different now that I'm older. Your body is capable of so much that you don't know about. Your body will give you a feeling of nervousness, a feeling of something's wrong, also a feeling of something's right. Whatever you think about doing, whatever you dreamt of as a child, whatever, that's my car. That's my car. I played that game all the time. I mean, I'm in the back seat doing that's my car, right? I'm
Yep.
doing that as an adult. But the only difference is that's my car.
Yep. Yep.
That's my car. I envision it's not this exact home, but I envision living in a nice size home that can have my family in it. I envision the success. I envision the path. It is not the exact same path that I thought I was gonna go down, but everything that's happening, I saw it already. I didn't see the mess ups. I didn't see the mistakes, but those are going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. Mess ups are going to happen. Obstacles, adversity will pop up, but you have to use your imagination to get out of it.
Mm.
Imagine that. You could be anything
Well,
you want to be in this life. Imagine that. That's crazy. Who thinks like that?
you know what? And here's what I'll say as we wrap up, bro. One of the things that you should know is that everything that Lonnie is saying here sounds so easy. It sounds so simple, but yet we make it so difficult on ourselves by just not doing it. It just these things that you say sound so cliche, and everybody's like, I've heard this a million times.
I bet.
Yet you're not living the life that you want,
I bet you did. I bet
right?
you did hear it a million times.
Yeah. Just like you said, man, you heard it a million times, but then it went in and it went right back out because you're like, I'm too stressed. I'm too frustrated. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear your cliche quotes and this, that, and the other. I have bills to pay.
I
That's
bet.
great. That's great. Go back to being average then. If you don't believe it,
I bet.
then all right, no problem. But just remember, it is this easy. Meaning, not life is easy. Not
No,
it's going to be easy. But you know what? It's as easy as going. You know what? What can I imagine my life being? And then working toward that. How hard is that? How hard is it to make a decision and then go that route and whatever it throws at you, be strong enough to go, you know what, I'm still going to go this way.
life isn't hard at all, bro.
Huh,
But it's what you make it. Oh, life is so hard. Life is. What are you comparing it to?
compared to what? Yeah.
What do you compare? I wait. What are you comparing it to? What are you comparing life to?
Yep. I would love to hear this. Yeah,
I'm here.
please drop it. Please drop it in the comments. I would love
I'm
to hear
here. What
what
are you
you're comparing
comparing
it
life
to.
to? Hey, and remember these comments, these positive only. We're
Yep.
building each other up,
Yep.
building
Please.
each other up because if we don't help each other out, nobody else will. But what are you comparing life to? When you tell me life is hard, what do you I mean? Yes, nothing is going to go. Well, let me just rephrase that. Not everything is going to go the way you want it to go.
Once
So,
again, it's another pretty straightforward thing to say, bro.
and I'm gonna use my boy as an example. He's been having some rough time. He's been having a rough time, and uh, he hasn't been performing the way he thought he should be performing, or performing the way we know he can perform. And his excuse was, I haven't been getting the best out of what's been given to me. One boy, one of my guys, played a little violin for him. Like, bro, thank you so much. Like, cut it out, cut it out. Like me, I'm like, oh,
It
so
sounds
what?
like such a sad story.
So what? It sounds so ruthless. I look, every day is not going to be sunshine. It's gonna rain. Just make sure you got an umbrella.
Yep.
Go outside. Get the fresh air. It's your mindset that is going to make you change what you're getting. Everything that you're getting is not against you. You are against you because you're not imagining success. You're imagining the pain, the suffering, the hurt. You're imagining what you've been through. You're imagining where you were. You're imagining everything that is holding you back. But just imagine the past behind you. Just imagine going through what you went through and coming out successful on the other side. Just
Damn.
imagine facing your fears. Just imagine being someone that you can make yourself proud of. Just imagine. Just imagine a life you could create by thinking differently from what you grew up as. Just imagine not giving a crap what anybody thinks, long as you are happy. Just imagine the life you can have for yourself if you believe in yourself.
I'll
Sounds
drink
like
to
a crappy
that.
life to me. Sounds like a crappy life to me.
Hey, I'll drink to that all day, man. Straight up.
Straight talk, no chaser, man. Imagine that.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, bro. Once again, if you're new here, this is not alcohol.
No alcohol.
No alcohol. This is actually focus to help with my mindset. And John has, what you got over there, John?
Got the Monate energy.
He got that Monate energy. Look, we don't do anything that will hinder who we are as a person at this stage in our life. We did it already. The only reason why we're doing this is to give you some guidance as to what helped us become who we are today.
There it is.
We're not telling you what to do. We're just sharing.
Because there's pieces in here that you're going to get. You're going to be like, damn, Lonnie's right. Damn, John's right.
Damn, John's right. John from Colorado's right, man. Hey, that John from Colorado guy. I don't know if you heard him. That 5280 guy. Have you listened? I don't know if you heard him.
The guy from Mile High.
But landing this plane, my friend, I want to tell everybody one last thing. Your imagination could take you to an infinite amount of places. There's a feeling that you have in deep inside of you. It's called a gut feeling that will lead you to where you're supposed to be. Sometimes in life, you have to let go of the people that mean the most, not because you don't love them, but because they're holding you back. And sometimes that person that you have to let go of is that imaginary person that you've been holding on to for so long that is holding you back from becoming who you're supposed to be. Imagine the life that you want. You are your thoughts. Whatever you conceive, and I'm probably messing it up, you can believe or achieve. I forget. I'm keeping it into. I forgot. My boy David Aminitier said it before, but I forgot how it goes. If you believe it, you can. If you conceive it, if you believe it, you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Something like that. Yep. I forgot which order it is, but it's something like that.
I'm getting you. I think others are probably.
I hope so. Like, this guy's dumb. I know. I know I am. But guess what? I'm dumb and successful.
Damn right.
Gotcha.
Damn right.
Hey, we are stupid. Men are very dumb.
We Call are. It what it is. Call it what it is.
We're very dumb.
The quicker you guys understand that, all of us together as collectively we understand that, the happier we'll be.
100%.
That's my thought.
100%.
My thought.
100%. I don't hide my dumbness because
wear that badge, bro. Wear that badge.
It makes me who I am. I like to be silly, goofy, funny, but when it's time for business, when it's time for some type of growth, no one can touch me.
Damn right.
Because of the belief that I have in myself. And some people may think it's cockiness. Absolutely not. It's a lot of confidence, which may seem cocky, but it's not. I'm very confident in myself, and it took years to get this way because of my belief system, my imagination. You could do the same. That's all I'm saying.
Appreciate everybody for hopping on with us this afternoon, this morning, wherever you're at in the time zone.
Wherever you are. It's morning over here.
Morning here. Having the morning coffee. All good.
All good. But until next time, This has been Straight Talk, No Chaser. I'm Lonnie Gregory, aka Lee Knows, and this is my boy.
Mr. John Alvarado from Colorado, the 5280 guy, as Lonnie would say. So I like it.
That 5280 guy's amazing, man.
5280 guy.
All right, bro. Catch you on a flip. Until next time. Oh man, this was a great one.